If you said to your friend that you're going to meet up with them tomorrow to go somewhere, let's say to the gym, chances are you end up going to meet them. But when you say to yourself that you want to go somewhere or do something, you don't do it. I'm going to explain very simply why this is. You do not respect yourself, or at least you do not have enough respect for yourself in which you cannot even follow through with doing things you know that are not only good for you, but with things you actually want to do. If your closest friend or the person you trust or love the most needed something, would you follow through on your word? Let's take this one step further. Now ask yourself, why would you do this? Why is it that you would follow through for someone else, but not for yourself? It's all good when someone else wants to do something or needs something from you. But when you have something you need to do, you delay doing it or find excuses or reasons that you've made with a general sense of logic to make you feel comfortable that you don't have to do those things. And to make matters worse, you go beyond that by purposefully tricking yourself into making yourself believe that you're actually better off by not doing it at all. Comfort breeds weakness. Before we understand why it's better to be overall more proactive than it is to be overall more comfortable, let's acknowledge what comfort actually is. Comfort, being in a comfortable position, is actually a genuine and natural inclination for us to feel that we are safe. It's an instinct, a very natural one, that's perfectly normal. It's normal to feel like you don't want to go to the gym because your mind and your body know that it's not necessary for your survival. And so you'd be better off not going and being comfortable. There's nothing wrong with it at all. Seeking comfort and remaining in a comfortable position means you have signs of a healthy brain. It means your subconscious mind is doing its job by controlling and feeding your conscious mind with thoughts and feelings that drive your actions towards keeping you safe. That's how comfort works, and you have to accept this part of our nature. That said, there is a flip side to this, and unfortunately, we're not in a position to be hunting and gathering all day, as our ancestors once did. Our mind and our body is still built to work in harmony with each other, to make sure that we are able to use our energy efficiently. When your cells are damaged, white blood cells are sent to heal what is damaged, right? When your glucose energy stores are depleted, ketosis kicks in to use fat as its fuel source. Your body and your mind, okay, both of them are energy efficient, and they only have one job, which is to keep you alive. Because we're not hunting and gathering anymore, energy we would have once used to do so, whether that was for tracking and hunting animals or gathering fruits, in today's age, we hardly move as we once used to. This leads us to look at what happens when we don't do things like go to the gym, or in general, when we're not proactive in achieving our goals and getting things done. And just to note here, I'm not saying you have to go to the gym, it's just an example. When you're not moving and you do nothing, even on a perfect diet, it would be difficult to feel happy and healthy as you aren't doing anything. Your only task then, from nature's point of view, would be to find a partner and to start a family. But as we live in a modern society and in modern times, it's difficult to do that without having some kind of an income to maintain the health and safety of the family that you'd have. No money, no house or shelter, or nutritious food to raise your children on, okay, if there's no money. It's at this point, okay, and I respect that there's little explanation here, but, those factors aren't the main points of what the message is here. But it's, at this point, we acknowledge that in order to be genuinely happy, content, and healthy, that we must do something that allows us to feel those emotions directly. When you do nothing, this is also how you can expect to feel like. Imagine all you did all day was nothing. You'd get bored. You'd go mad. If you were locked into a room, for a day with nothing but yourself, how would you feel? Now imagine a week, imagine a month, now a year, just doing nothing. Now not only would you get bored, but let's get this tailored personally to you and your life, okay? Look at the things you enjoy doing or topics you're interested in. Imagine they all went away, or that for the time you spent doing them, that you did nothing instead, okay? You were using that time to do nothing instead of spending that time on doing the things that you enjoy. Wouldn't you have just wanted to opt to just do the things you enjoy as opposed to doing nothing at all? Even time you waste, okay, on doing things that you don't actually like doing is just all time you could be using on things that you do. Okay, we can use labels or buzzwords like procrastination to explain this, but essentially, when you spend time on doing things that you don't, you know, really, that don't really interest you, okay, you can see us doing those things as being equal to just doing nothing at all. Anyway, bringing this back to what we mentioned at the beginning of the video, would someone who respects themselves or someone who loves themselves and wants the best for themselves waste time on doing things that don't even particularly interest them? Would they waste their time on watching random videos or scrolling all day on social media instead of doing actions that move them forward towards their goals? To illuminate this idea and concept further, we all have the same amount of time. We can try to introduce special relativity here, but that won't help you much because we all live by the same clock, essentially. So, just with differing time zones. But this perception of time around the world is essentially the same. You haven't got Einstein here to back you up. Instead of using time that you have on things you don't enjoy, imagine what your life would look like and how you would feel if you spend that time on things that you do and on the things that make you happy. The more you do the things you want to do, the more you can start to enjoy living your life as you're spending that time on doing things that are making you happy. When you spend time on doing things that don't interest you or on things that you would even consider to be a waste of your time, that's how your life is going to feel like you're just wasting your time. And that's probably not going to make you feel very happy, is it? If time is going to continue moving forward and at the same rate, and we will continue to have equal amounts of it, the universe and everyone around us is indifferent, whether we do the things we want to do or not. It's really down to you to decide what you want to do and if it's worth doing. There's a few different perceptions we can add for you to be or to put inside of your mental toolbox that can help you to take immediate actions. But we're doing this one video at a time. The tool you should be taking away with you from this video is that when you wake up in the morning, when you get ready for the start of your day, okay, when you think back to the life you have lived so far, all of the struggles you've been through, all of the difficult events you've had to endure, all of the difficult conversations, the losses, and the hits that you've had to take, the embarrassing situations, the humiliating and character building events life has thrown at you. Are you going to live your life knowing you've taken all of those things head on and dealt with them, only to then disrespect yourself by not following through to the person who's had to deal with all of those things? Because at the end of the day, that person is you. And if I were to take a guess, I doubt you're willing to take honest and open, direct disrespect from anybody else. So why would you take it from yourself? The more actions you do that better yourself and the people around you, the more respect you will give to yourself. And therefore, you will demand more respect to upkeep the life that you're building. Because ultimately, that is what you will understand to be what you deserve. In turn, by doing those actions, you become someone who is deemed worthy of respect from yourself at all times. You will start to follow through on your words, then not only to yourself, but consistently to others. You will be able to set boundaries as you will learn what is possible and what is necessary to do and what is not. And then in turn, will create the life that you're looking to live. And it all starts with you. Well done, guys. Keep it up. Stay blessed. Stay happy and healthy. Keep moving forward. Well done.